Game started.
Oh, E. Dimert from Canada. Okay, let's try E4. E4, D5, the center counter or Scandinavian. And just going to play the normal moves here. Maybe and go ahead and play C4. The knight can be pinned, so this pawn might become a bit wobbly at some point. Like here, maybe I should just go ahead and push forward. I mean, if he pins the knight and takes it, I want to be able to take back with the queen or the bishop. And don't want that pawn to be hanging. He castled kingside. A lot of times people will castle queenside in this opening because the knight's been chased over to the queenside. But I don't know if there's anything wrong with this setup. Okay, maybe a knight move here, knight to D4, hitting the bishop. Where is this bishop going anyway? Yeah, it doesn't have any good squares. It's a bit exposed on F5, and the knight has blocked its retreat. So all the squares it can go to, it'll get traded. Or he could take the knight with his bishop. But in any case, I'll get the bishop pair. So yeah, he goes ahead with developing. Probably a wise choice. Lets me double his pawns, but he's probably adequately defended over here. Still, I want to try and get something going. This is defended. So let's put a little more pressure on the knight. And maybe queen somewhere to attack this pawn. See if he's going to defend it. It also supports my knight, so I can push to move b3 and not worry so much about this diagonal opening up. I'm going to bring a rook over here too. Rook's on... okay, so he does defend. That's kind of interesting. So rook to d1 to support this pawn in case he exchanges. And otherwise I'll just keep the tension here for a bit. Okay, so now he's got the queen lined up in a battery here. Which means if I play b3, this pawn will be hanging and subject to discoveries from the knight. So let's move the knight first. Knight here actually attacks the c7 pawn. Okay, so now I have to decide what I want to do with that knight. I could bring it back to d4. I could take, actually, because when I take, I'm hitting his knight. He takes back. I guess I don't see a tactic there. I was hoping maybe there was some tactic involving the two knights, which are both under attack there, but they support each other well enough, it appears. So we can win a pawn here now. Pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. But it'll be a weak pawn, so I'm not, don't consider that a disaster. And in fact, this pawn on, he throws in this hit on the queen first. That's probably a smart thing to do. Okay, the knight can attack the queen from here or here. Those squares are covered. I may have to give up my light squared bishop. Yeah, he could have just taken a pawn there. Maybe he still is going to win it. But my bishop can go here, and where does his queen go? I guess his queen can go to d4. I mean, sorry, his queen can go to e5. That was defended. So unless there's some other tactic, didn't I? Oh no, it was just a trade. Because I have two minor pieces, and he has two minor pieces, and two ricks, and I have two ricks. So, well, it's a situation where I got the two bishops. He still is not taking the pawn, interestingly. So where, maybe I should just take this pawn. Or push. If I push, do I have a chance of queening? The bishop is actually guarding the queening square. Conveniently. Okay, let's try pushing. Yeah, chases the bishop back, yeah. Okay, I want to come out on the other side here, maybe to b4 to support the pawn. And well, this still isn't hanging. I could play bishop to a5 to hit his knight, pin his knight. And bring a rook over. Need to activate this light squared bishop here. Maybe bishop to, oh, I covered that. I was going to say maybe bishop to c4 is an idea, hitting this weak pawn here. Okay, what can I do? Knights hit some key squares here and here. This is still weak, but I can't really seem to get at it. Maybe bishop d1 to b3 is an idea. Okay, he's hitting my rook and my bishop. So if I take his knight, he takes my rook. I take his rook, he takes my bishop. This is going to be good for him, isn't it? Is there another way to play this? Pawn forward, knight takes rook, pawn takes rook with check. Yeah, this is just hanging. I can give up the exchange, but it's probably better. Oh, if he takes that's what I have. If he takes the rook, I can take back with the bishop. And it's two pieces. So he didn't do that. Now I need to move the rook. Still want to play bishop to b3. Yeah, I can hit the rook from this square and that square. He defends the pawn. Okay. Okay, well, let's double up. Double up on that pawn. And maybe kick the knight. Where will the knight go if I kick it? There. 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 If I advance first. If I advance the pawn and he surrounds it, I can play rook to d6, hitting the e6 pawn, which goes with check. So he can't really take my pawn here, I don't think, because bishop takes check would win a piece. And he can't defend this pawn because my pawn covers key squares here and here. He might defend it from. He took, anyway, I thought he couldn't do that. Let's see.
Check.
Let's see if I was correct. King moves. Oh, the king can come over and defend. But he didn't. So I'm just winning the knight. I do have a back rank problem. Maybe he was counting on that. But rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. My back rank is empty, but he doesn't have a rook to checkmate me with. Okay, so I do have to be careful. Yeah. Let's go ahead and create some space. For example, if I just retreated my bishop, I could take my rook, and I couldn't take back because I'd be checkmated. But now I can safely move my king to g2 in the event of a check on c1 there. Okay, now bishop takes f5 check, and he can capture that with the rook or the king, and then I can grab his rook. So that
check
wins the exchange, and it'll be 2 rooks against 1. Should be enough to win. Even the extra piece should be enough to win, really. But it always helps to increase your advantage. Especially if you have as many mistakes as I do. Okay, so he's going to gobble up these pawns. Well, let's just defend them for now and then activate my king. King f2. Pawn to b3. King to f3, threatening g4 check, that kind of stuff. Drive the king back. Oh, I could have gone for the exchange there. I don't want to let him get into these squares. I'm going to play h3.
check
I guess I don't want to play b3 because it gives up the c3 square. So I want to have that covered before I play b3. So now I'm just going to play, well, he can come in and check me from behind. I'll
Check.
check him first, though. I'll play this move. I guess he could come forward, huh? If he comes forward, though, I'll take this pawn and just run it.
Check. Check.
Now if he comes forward, I have a check here, which is checkmate. So he has to go back.
Check.
And he has to keep going back. And this pawn can run. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm covered against a check here for the moment, but I want to move my king forward, so I'm going to put the rook here so that my king can go forward along the f-file without being harassed from behind by his rook.
Server announcement.
Let's see, is black running out of moves here? Maybe. He's got one more tempo move over here. Yeah, he can attack this pawn. What should I do? One more check, he comes forward. Maybe put my rook behind this pawn. Let's see. Check here.
Check.
Maybe this is the simplest way. I'll just checkmate with the rooks. It's famous rolling rooks.
Check.
So if he checks me again, I'm going to move my king towards his rook to attack it. And then when the rook moves away, I'll have a check here. Drive his king to the back row. I'll drive his king to the back row after the rook moves. Then I'll bring my other rook in to threaten mate.
Check. Check.
I don't believe there's any way he can get his rook back in time to stop the mate.
Check.
And I can run my king to here. And now there's no more checks. He only has his pawn moves, king moves, rook moves, and none of them get to the back rank. So checkmate is happening on the next move regardless. So he's going to think about this for a while, but there is no way out. Maybe he's looking for, those ways where you sacrifice your very last piece and then there's a stalemate. But there's no stalemate here.
Checkmate.
Okay, well, I'm going to upload this and do a postmortem as usual. See you guys later. Bye.